to me, there has not been a television show as good in like the last 10 years. It's all subjective. I'm only speaking for myself. But I don't think there has been a television show nearly as good in the last 10 years as Shogun. And Shogun is one of those rare treats you get in life where you hoped and wished and asked and prayed for something, and then eventually you get it, and it met and exceeded all your expectations. For those of you who've watched me for a longer period of time, you guys know that going back to my movie blog days, whenever somebody would ask me, what is a novel adaptation you want to see made into a movie or series? I always said Shogun. I understood that in the 1980s, they did a miniseries. I get that. But going back for decades, when people would ask, what's an adaptation you want to see done? Shogun, 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 Shogun. So obviously, then when they announced Shogun was coming and they were doing it as a series, I got extremely happy, like extremely happy. And the show normally, like with like Lord of the Rings of Power, I was so psyched for that show. And then quite frankly, season 1 was a big letdown. Just call it like it was. It was a big letdown. So quite often in life, we get super excited for something and then it finally does come along and it doesn't anywhere near live up to our hopes. It doesn't anywhere near live up to our excitement. It doesn't live up anywhere near to our expectations, such as Lord of the Rings of Power. Granted, Rings of Power season 2 was a significant improvement, but still season 1 was a big letdown. But Shogun came, blew us away, best show of the last 10 years. And not only that, but it literally won every award. Like it obviously won the highest honor, won the Emmy for Best Drama Series. But Hiroyuki Sanada wins Best Actor, Anna Sawai, Actress. I think it won a couple supporting actor things too. It won for writing. It just swept the board. It was amazing. It was incredible. And it was supposed to be a 1-season thing. The thing is, in today's landscape, when you get what they call a limited series, if it does stupid good, they change directions and they start planning a season 2. We've seen that happen a number of times. And sure enough, when Shogun became as popular as it was, and it won all the awards that it won, which was all of them, they decided to go back and they were going to make another season. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky because there is no Shogun Part 2, the book. There is only the season 1 covered James Clavell's novel Shogun. They don't have season 2. They don't have a book 2. So they're bringing the original writers back to do all that. And now we've got some images of the sets. This is a little word I like to use called the tangibilization. These are shot up in Canada. They shoot Shogun up in Vancouver. And we get our first look at the entire towns and villages they're constructing for season 2, which looks just awesome. I cannot wait for this. I mean, that's one of the things about season 1 that was so striking, is that it looked so authentic. It looked so real and it looked so grand and it looked so rich. And normally I give these shows a hard time for not having a season out the very next year, but I'm going to give them a pass on this because they never thought there was going to be a season 2, and that's okay. So I'm okay with that. But there they are. I mean, we knew season 2's been coming for a long time, but now that they're actually building sets and they're getting ready to shoot, it's amazing. Again, to me, the best show of the last 10 years. I cannot wait for season 2. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Well, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. With the football season coming to a close, this is your last chance to jump into football action before next year, and PrizePicks is making it easy by giving you $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. What I've always loved about PrizePicks is how simple it is. You're just picking more or less on player projections, building your lineup, and rooting at home while you watch the game. I also really like their early payouts feature. If a player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game even even ends. And with the new social feed, you can follow other players, copy lineups that you like, or use them as inspiration for your own. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code Campea to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Campea to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? We've now got actual images of the sets of Shogun Season 2 that they are now building as we speak, which is amazing. Did you watch the first season of Shogun? I mean, not everybody had Hulu, so maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If you did, what did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.